statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, TGIF. Really. Hope you're doing well, and it's great to be with you as always. Love being here, talking with you, and doing the best we can to persuade you that there are all kinds of options out there in the world that'll make your health, wellness, and well-being a little better, no matter how healthy you may think you are. And we do this 5 days a week just for those of you who are new to the show, and we're live 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Show airs coast to coast, including Hawaii. And you support your local radio station wherever this show airs in your neck of the broadcast woods. Terrestrial radio is alive and well, and we want to keep it that way. And we're also on online at letstalknutrition.com. Everything's on demand there. All the shows, the audio portion under show schedule, and the videos on the homepage, at least some of them. The rest are on YouTube. It'll have a link. It'll take you right there. So it's a virtual library of, it's like a virtual encyclopedia on health, wellness, and well-being. And we're excited about that. And I'm always excited about doing the show with you. Forgot to mention yesterday, I didn't forget to mention, wasn't able to work it in, that yesterday was today's April 1st, and yesterday was March 31st, and it was my sister's birthday, who was passed away a good while back, and she was young woman. And on Easter, I went to visit my mom and my sister. They're both at the same gravesite, and went to talk to them. But I forgot to mention my sister's birthday yesterday, or didn't mention it. I wanted to mention it and to honor my sister. And let's see. Josh is here. And who's that? I got one bearded man in the room with me, and then there's another bearded. What is it with you guys and the beards? Stephen is still out, and now Daniel's back.
Yep.
What are you doing growing that hair on your face, boy?
It was kind of cold like a month ago, 2 months ago.
You live in Florida.
It gets cold in the studio, too, so it kind of keeps my homeostasis.
Yeah, but you're a handsome guy. You got it all covered up with grass.
I appreciate it, Doc. I'll shave it off eventually.
Has your mom given you what for about that?
Not yet. She's been gone for a while now, but
has she seen you with a beard?
Not yet.
Oh, she's
not gonna recognize me.
She's gonna wig out.
Yep.
When the cat's away.
Exactly.
She's gonna wig out.
Yeah, she can wig out like literally with my beard after I shave it. She can.
You gonna show it to her?
Yeah.
She's gonna say, so. What does she call you, Daniel?
Yeah.
Daniel, what are you doing, Daniel?
You look like a barbarian. It's going to be a fun conversation.
Oh, you should film it.
I probably will, just for you.
Film it, and I want to see it.
All right.
Your mom, God, she's going to be shocked. Oh, has she ever seen you with a beard?
No, and she hates beards because my dad used to have one, and she would not give him the time of day when he had it.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
So why did you grow? Because I know the boys around here, the guys and all the working the boards here at iHeartMedia all have beards now.
Yeah, for them it's mainly because they're lazy. Mine used to be a playoff beard for the Broncos when they were in the Super Bowl. So
you're too much.
So it just kind of carried over.
Yesterday, Lee was on one half of the beard.
He had a beard too.
Daniel's the other half.
Yep.
I see. All right, I'm just saying. You can tell your mother that Dr. Garko thought that you should shave the beard too.
Okay, I will.
Just say, yeah, I'll listen to that guy's show.
You definitely have another listener now. That's for sure.
Well, it's good to see you,
Yep.
beard and all. So, you often hear me talk about our relationship with food. And I like talking about nutrition that way, food that way, diet that way, because it gives us a way of talking about it that I think we can relate to. You know, our relationship with food. And I think it's an interesting way to think about it, too. And that relationship is one that begins in utero. During your mom's pregnancy, during your mother's pregnancy, what she ate began to influence your relationship with food, maybe even to some extent food preferences. And we now know from epigenetic science, this field called epigenetics, that what your mother ate during pregnancy influenced and does influence the sequencing of the gene, or the expression of the genes, not the sequencing, but the expression of the genes. So it's very powerful. And this relationship is one that you have throughout your life, right? And it includes such things as what you eat, when you eat, where you eat, with whom you eat, why you eat. Most people don't think about it that specifically or that intensely. People just live their lives and they eat, not realizing that they indeed have a relationship with food. And that the relationship can be healthy, or it can, in the worst case, be dysfunctional to the extent that it undermines your health and wellness. And like any other relationship, it has to be constituted of essential elements that will make it healthy. So I came across a couple of studies. There are many, but these are illustrative of the point that I'm trying to make with you. And that what you eat, when you eat, where you eat, with whom you eat, why you eat, and what your parents are eating and how they are eating will affect a child's reactions or feeding what happens to the child in terms of nutrition and diet. Let me explain. The study comes out of the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. It involved 440 parents and their preschool children. And the study, at the end of the day, provided some insight into why it is that when some parents who binge eat turn around and then restrict their children's food intake. I didn't make that up. I didn't misread it or misstate it. Which, of course, then places children at higher risk for unhealthy eating habits and weight problems. So here, the child's relationship with food is not affected by the choices that the child is making, but the child's relationship with food is affected by the choices that the parent is making with food, which then shapes the child's relationship with food. Let's see if I can unpack this so it makes sense. The parents in the study, and there were 440 of them, who reported feeling distress when the child became angry, crying, or was fearful, and parents, every parent has had this experience, would be more likely to, not every parent, but many parents, would be more likely to engage in episodes of binge eating. Now, what I meant was every parent has had an experience where the child became angry, upset, and was crying. We've all had that. But not all parents will resort to binge eating when that happens. Well, those episodes of binge eating are not without consequences, both for the parent and for the child. And what the parents would do, well, I'll tell you what they would do specifically when we come back from these messages. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition Coast to Coast. We'll be right back.
(1968). Now Foods has spent the last 46 years building a legacy in the natural health industry as a trusted leader. Now provides a comprehensive approach to wellness by offering more than 1,400 high-quality health foods, supplements, sports nutrition, and personal care products at an affordable price. Now believes that natural is better. They don't use artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, and they offer many vegetarian, organic, and gluten-free products. Their foods are all non-GMO. Since their beginning, Now has grown to become an award-winning leader in the natural health industry. But one thing has never changed: their commitment to providing the highest quality products at the best value to empower people to lead healthier lives. High quality doesn't have to mean high price. From essential oils to amino acids, multivitamins to natural sweeteners, Now has you covered. To find a store near you that carries Now products, or for more information, visit nowfoods.com. That's nowfoods.com.
At Canavest, we believe that the future of hemp is unlimited, and through innovative and responsible application and science, we will enhance the prosperity and well-being of our customers, employees, and communities. As pioneers, our long-term goal at Canavest is to locate hemp seed processing mills near to our future family of hemp farmers. These local factories will convert hemp seed into nutritious oil, protein powders, bread flour, and hemp meal. Canavest supports local efforts and believes that sustainability starts locally. Canavest was named one of the Nutritional Outlook's Best of 2014, and we are committed to pioneering the hemp revolution as the world's leading producer of quality hemp-derived CBD products. Resistance to change is in great part the result of trying to do today's job with yesterday's tools and with yesterday's concepts. The hemp revolution is here, and it's up to all of us to change perception and to impact policy. Will you join us in this movement? Learn more about the education and science behind Canavest at canavest.com.
Did you know that when it comes to supporting whole body health, there's an herbal supplement that may be as important as your daily multivitamin? Discover Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter. Formulated to support a whole body healthy inflammation response, an ongoing natural process and part of the body doing its job. We often think of the inflammation response as something we can feel, such as where there are sensitive nerve endings. But did you know that we can also have an inflammation response we can't feel? And whether we are aware of it or not, our inflammation response can affect the whole body. Zyflamend is a patented blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, that help balance and support your body's natural, healthy inflammation response for overall health and wellness. And it's clinically tested. Discover the premier herbal supplement for whole body health from New Chapter, Zyflamend Whole Body. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local fine health food store.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. Nutrix Hawaii, more nutrition, better health, purely Hawaiian. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition, talking about our relationship with food. Dr. Tracy Kreider will be with us in a little bit. She'll come along. She has something very interesting to talk about. I think you will find it of value in that it may make you feel better. I'm not talking about a glass of wine. That could work too, though. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. And no, I make you feel better, but make you feel better for different reasons that will contribute to your health. You'll see. And it's not hard to do. Really not hard to do. You don't have to jump out of an airplane or anything like that. Simple. So this business of our relationship with food. This study focused on parents who, when having to deal with a child that was acting out, was angry, crying, and so on, the parent got so upset that began to binge eat, had episodes of binge eating. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Then it turns out that after these episodes of binge eating, the parents would limit the amounts or types of food they would give to the children. This comes out, that's what these University of Illinois researchers discovered in this study. Now, there have been a number of studies that have looked at the potential detrimental effects of restrictive eating practices when, associated with children. This is a little bit odd in that it looks at the interplay of the parents' emotions with their controlling the child's food intake. This is what makes this study interesting. Dr. Saltzman in the study said previous research has linked restrictive feeding practices to children's overeating, eating when they're not hungry, and to higher child body weight, so we know it's a problem for children's health, close quote. Dr. Saltzman also said, we also know that parental binge eating is related to restrictive feeding, meaning the feeding of the child. But it's a counterintuitive relationship. Why is caloric excess in one individual related to calorie restriction in the family? In other words, why does the parent's consumption of excess calories lead to the parent then restricting calories in the child? And that's what they looked at. So adults who binge eat, and binge eating was defined as eating unusually large amounts of food in an uncontrollable manner without compensatory behaviors such as purging. These parents struggle with feelings of shame and guilt about their behavior and have difficulty regulating their emotions, they found in the study. Dr. Saltzman points out that parents are people too, And we know that parents who binge eat are going to experience a lot of distress because of those behaviors. So they wanted to look at that. And they hypothesized in the study that this emotional overload was going to bleed out, they said, into the parent-child relationship, and that's what they found. Binge eating on the part of the parent did affect restrictive feeding practices via the parent's distress about their children's negative emotions. So the parents get upset when the child is upset. The parents get so upset that they binge eat. After the episode of binge eating, they then proceed to restrict the food intake of the child. The pushing question is, why? Why? And they talked a little bit about that in the study. It could be, they said, that it's possible that parents who binge eat were trying to help their children avoid engaging in the same type of behavior. So they may have restricted the child's intake in this, what they would consider a good effort to curb excessive overeating behavior relative to the child. What do you make of that? You buy that? That's an interesting hypothesis. Now, this is serious business because you're talking about restricting food from the child. To what extent and what kind of food then even complicates this issue even further. So the child's relationship with food is being affected by the parent's relationship with food. And if you think for 1 second that restricting food from the child is not going to affect the child's relationship with food, think again. When you were a child, when you were hungry, more likely than not, your mother or your father fed you. And fed you however much you wanted to eat. What about the situation where, what if you had experiences or episodes where you wanted to eat and either you were not given the food or you were not given enough food? I can't think of one instance, not one, when I was hungry where I wasn't able to eat or my mother didn't, or my dad was always available. That's how powerful our relationship with food is. And it's shaped by things that you would never suspect. And of course, we model our parents. And what their relationship with food is one that we tend to imitate. For the better and for the worse of that.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit TakeSolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nubian Heritage, Global Healing, Modern Wellness, BSN, Finish First, Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils, Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation, Natural Factors, where great health begins, Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless, A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. And hope you're having a good day and you've had a good week and you're headed into a weekend with optimism and healthy living on your mind. Boy, am I an idealist, huh? Well, it can happen. It can happen. 877-897-8255. 877-897-TALK. I'm quite mindful of the ups and downs, the give and take, the unevenness, the ambiguity associated, the successes, the failures with staying healthy, and all that means. And it's a challenge for everybody, me included. I have to work at it just like you do. And I was reporting on a study that sort of highlighted the notion of a person's relationship with food in this very unusual instance where the parent's relationship with food is affecting what the parent would feed the child. If the parent engages in binge eating associated with episodes of a child being upset, the parent then resorts to binge eating. Then the parent, after the episode of binge eating, restricts food from the child. Strange, but true. So, again, relationship with food there's many ways to talk about it and to get at it. And I'm intrigued with the concept because it's a nice way to talk about food, health, wellness, and so on. My guest is Tracy Kreider. She's a national educator for Country Life Vitamins and has been with the company for a long, long time and has been on my show for a long time as well and always has interesting things to talk about. See if I can implicate her in this conversation about relationship with food. There's another study that I wanted to tell you about, and I'll share it with you and Tracy simultaneously when I'll bring her on and get her reaction to it. Tracy, welcome back again to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for stopping by late in the week. We appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me. And, it's been a very interesting topic that you bring up. And I have to say, I think as many times as I get to tune in while I can, and also as well the times that I'm on, I don't know how you choose what you do to speak about, but it really is every time something to take in. And
well, thanks. How I choose is it's a difficult task because there is a lot from which to choose. The repertoire of stories and studies that trend day in and day out in the world of health, wellness, well-being, medicine, both traditional medicine and non-traditional medicine. You can just imagine. We live in an information age. It's an understatement. It's difficult to select. So I'm trying to find things that are interesting, relevant, meaningful to people that cause them to think about things, maybe change things in their life or their relationship with food. Those are some of the criteria that I use to select stories and studies to share,
Well, I personally think that this one was a really great choice, and thinking about not only myself but some individuals as well that could have had a bit of things like this occur to them personally, and how that would affect them for the rest of their life. And
it's unusual, isn't it?
It truly is, and I think there's a lot of things that we think about are, how did we get some of these behaviors that we have, some that we like and some that we really don't like. They're a part of us, and where did they come from, and how did they stem? And so psychologically, there's things that we don't understand about us, and I think that you've really hit something that's quite intriguing for people who have some of these things going on that, really eye-opening.
Well, here's another one. This is something that I think occurs quite often. And it's about, it sort of intersects childhood obesity and relationship with food. This was a study that came out of Ohio State University's Center for Clinical and Translational Science. Interesting title. And what happens here in this study that I don't know how to put this into some frame that people will understand. Sometimes mealtime becomes a battleground. What this study is focusing on is not what just the child eats, but how they eat, the conditions under which they're eating. Okay, that being said, sometimes mealtime becomes a time. It's a battleground, it becomes a time when you're involved in almost an all-out war with the child to eat. And in this study, they were talking. They said that fighting with a picky toddler, a picky eater, and what they eat sort of seems to be a rite of passage for most parents. and Dr. Anili said that in a healthy feeding dynamic, parents choose how, when, where, and what children eat without being excessively restrictive and controlling. He said, within those boundaries, kids will choose how much and what to eat, but can decide not to eat as well. And that's where things start to go a little sideways. And how much force you exert upon the child to eat the food can then affect the child's relationship with food in an unhealthy way. If you're too demanding and too obsessed with the child eating every morsel of food that's on the plate, that may not end up being a good idea, because the child now associates food with what? Punishment. Bad relationship. Come back, Tracy. I'd like you to think, if you could, think about that and comment on it. And I know you want to talk about the B vitamins today. Funny you should, and I swear to you this is true. Yesterday I spoke with a friend of mine who's a triathlete, Ironman, and he sent me a text. He said, how much B12 should I take? And I asked him to call me. And I asked him a series of questions, and I'll tell you the rest of the story. I ended up recommending Country Life's coenzymated B complex supplement to him. This was just yesterday afternoon. And then I saw that you wanted to talk about B complex vitamins. So we'll get into that. It's a very important topic because it can make people feel different and be different in their health. But what about this business? Forcing children to eat that, where the dinner table becomes like Gettysburg.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' Pledge of Integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
Exclusively from Natural Factors.
I'm Dr. Michael Murray. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to talk with you about PGX, a truly revolutionary natural product that works perfectly to help get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult. PGX is a clinically proven way to help people to achieve their ideal body weight that is safe and natural. PGX leads to a dramatic reduction in the glycemic index of any food or meal. It also ultimately causes the release of compounds that achieve 2 important goals in weight loss. 1, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and 2, improving the action of the hormone insulin. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, it's not your fault. You just need the tremendous support that PGX can provide. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, please go to pgx.com.
At Nordic Naturals, we know that a commitment to deliver the world's safest, most effective omega oils requires an exceptional process. That's why we manage every step of production, from boat to bottle. That includes sustainably sourcing wild-caught fish from well-managed fisheries. It means using state-of-the-art equipment and technology at our manufacturing plant in Arctic Norway. Nordic Naturals bottles and encapsulates our omega-3s at our own facility and carefully ships products from our eco-friendly headquarters in California. The result? Nordic Naturals products have received more than 40 awards for taste, innovation, and product excellence. You can trust the quality of Nordic Naturals products and know you're getting all the health benefits omega-3 fish oils offer. Nordic Naturals' high-quality, great-tasting omega-3s make staying healthy easier for you and your family. When choosing an omega-3 fish oil product, choose the #1 fish oil in the U.S. Choose Nordic Naturals. Available at natural product retailers or online at nordicnaturals.com.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract. Available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit kyolic.com. That's KYOLIC.com. Or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
Is your skin showing signs of aging? Do you want hair with more body and stronger nails? Add NeoCell's Super Collagen Plus C to your daily routine to help you regain your youthful, vibrant appearance. Collagen is the body's key structural protein, and it is critical to the elasticity and strength of connective tissues like skin, ligaments, and tendons. Recent clinical studies suggest that supplementing with collagen may reduce wrinkles and increase the firmness of your skin, improve the thickness of your hair, and strengthen your nails. Previously, medical studies also show a wide range of benefits from collagen supplements that may help with your joint pain, bone strength, and exercise recovery. NeoCell's Super Collagen Plus C provides 100% pure collagen that's hydrolyzed for maximum absorption. Results are felt and seen within weeks. Super Collagen Plus C promotes a healthy body by providing specialized nutritional support to help fight the effects of aging. NeoCell's Super Collagen Plus C products are available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Natrol, Own Your Health, Alga Life, Algae for Life, NeoCell, the true science of collagen, CV Sciences, from seed to shelf, New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace, now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Tracy Kreider, national educator for Country Life Vitamins, is my guest today. Before we get into the topic of this business of B vitamins, I'm talking with her about our relationship with food in this other study where when the dinner table becomes a battleground, and then the parents can become excessively or excessive in getting the child to eat what's on the plate, to clean their plate. And Dr. Anili said that when parents are exceedingly restrictive about eating, two things can happen. One, kids learn to eat when they're not hungry. And two, the struggle gives food more power than it really should have. And kids are very intuitive about how they can use that as leverage. The long-term result, he said, could be dysfunctional thinking about the role that food has in a person's life, close quote. Tracy, welcome back. What do you think about that business of forcing the child to clean the plate? What do you make of that?
Well, I have to admit, and thankfully my mom is not listening to the show right now, because she's, that's how I grew up. It was you eat everything on your plate and you finish it, and whether you liked it or not, it was, I don't want to say a sign of disrespect, but I think it was part of perhaps that generation of when you did sit down at a meal as a family, and there was a home-cooked meal, and took a long time to prepare, and certainly they talked about starving children in other countries, and that's why you want to finish your plate. So I think that I can personally relate to both things that you've mentioned this morning, and can see how this would be quite enlightening to individuals who may have some issues with food.
Mm-hmm. When you cook vegetables, sometimes, especially cruciferous vegetables, they can have sort of an odd odor to them, like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and so on. And sometimes because of the sulfur in some of these foods and the other chemicals, and that turns children off, right? So I always tell parents, use spices with these foods, especially vegetables. Put spices on them, a little garlic, a little oregano. It masks some of the smell and taste of these foods. Now, if you couple the idea that the food may be unappealing in the first place to the child, and then you couple that with, now I'm going to force you to eat it. I've had so many people tell me, I hate vegetables. I've always hated them. And I say, well, what do you mean you always hated them? Since I was a child. And I said, why is that? Because I was forced to eat them. I've heard that so many times. And so that affected the child's relationship, at least with vegetables, for the rest of that child's life. That's astonishing. And so I don't know. I'm just saying, this business of relationship with food is perhaps more profound than we really think. Anyway. I appreciate your candor, too, by the way. And I always can expect that from you, where you will say that, this is relevant, this happened to me, or, yeah. Some guests won't be that self-disclosive, so thanks for doing that.
I think that's the best way to live overall. So it helps others who may not have the ability to say that and know that they're not the oddball, That's sometimes how we feel is, we're the only ones feeling this way. So I think it's helpful to hear that. But thank you for saying that.
My pleasure. So one of my pals that I sort of act as I'm his friend, but I guess somewhat of a nutrition consultant with him. He's a triathlete, an Ironman. Sent me a text a few days ago asking how much B12 should he take. I texted him back, asked him to call me, and then we had a conversation yesterday afternoon. And I said, how much are you taking? Why are you taking it? And so on. And then I said, he's taking it for energy. And I said, you'd probably be better off to take the full complex, because B vitamins unless you have a B12 deficiency, you'd be better off to take it as part of a complex. And he asked me, do I have a recommendation? I said, Country Life's coenzymated Bs would be the best. And I gave him that recommendation. And I think that was a good recommendation. And ironically, I only read your email yesterday afternoon after I spoke with him, and I saw that that's exactly what you wanted to talk about. So I asked him to listen, and I believe he's listening now. Did I give him good advice or bad advice? You can be honest.
Well, of course I'm going to tell you that you gave him great advice. But, when we think about the different types of bees, or even, perhaps why he was wanting to know what form he should take, or should you take just one single bee or take the entire complex? Who better to ask, of course, than you, who gets to hear from a little bit of everyone on these cases. And so I feel very honored that you chose our line. It is something that we excel in as a company. So we have over 300 different products that we carry, and the Bs are very strong in that category. We're actually number one in the B category. And the coenzymated Bs are a personal favorite of many because it's something that you can feel.
Mm-hmm. When we come back,
you alluded to that at the commercial.
Right. It'll make you feel, you will feel better. You will feel different and better. And when we come back, Tracy will explain what we mean by that term, coenzymated. Coenzymes, enzymes, coenzymes. What does that mean? And what does it specifically mean when you're talking about it within the context of B vitamins? Now, having a vitamin deficiency of one sort or another is always problematic. And you can now get blood tests to tell you whether or not you're deficient. When I had a blood test last year, I found that I was low in vitamin D. Right? Shocking. I didn't even have a clue. So we got to stay dialed into this. That's why conversations about a specific class of vitamins or vitamin can become important. And Tracy will lay out what the contribution of B vitamins to your health. And I know people are very fond of going and taking one B vitamin in isolation. I am not necessarily a fan of that unless it's in therapeutic doses for some therapeutic reason. I'll be right back. We'll explain. We'll have a good time. I promise.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. And I'm the only one around here without a beard. I'm surrounded by people with beards. Both now. Stephen is out today. Daniel's in. And wait till his mother sees him. She's going to give him what for. He's working the board today. And I know Daniel. He's filled in before. And Josh is in here. And I was giving him what for yesterday about needing to trim his beard. I sounded like his dad. He probably hates me, but I don't care. You need to trim your beard. 877-897-8255. 877-897-TALK. That's the trend, I guess. And young men with all this hair on their face, I don't know. Handsome young men, and they cover it up. I guess. I don't know. What do I know?
Maybe we need to come up with some sort of bet to where if I win, you grow a beard. If you win, I'll shave it off.
We'll have to think about that.
It can't be anything physical, like, you have a distinct advantage, I think.
Please. My guest is Tracy Kreider from Country Life Vitamins. She's a national educator for them. We're going to talk about B vitamins. You may say, oh, my God, that's a snoozer. Well, why would he want to do that? Well, because it might make a difference in how you feel and in your health. This business about vitamins, people sometimes take them. I'm not so sure they even know why they take them, or they're taking them, and then you ask them, why am I taking them? Well, I forgot. Really? And then they take an isolated vitamin. They'll take something in isolation. And the B vitamins are notorious for that because there's so many of it. It's a complex. They'll take like vitamin B12 or whatever, pantothenic acid, something all by itself. And then I'll ask them, why are you doing that? And oftentimes I can't get a clear answer. It's, well, somebody said that if you do that, they're supposed to do this and that, and X, Y, or Z. I said, really? Do you have a deficiency in that vitamin? I don't think so. So when you take vitamins, ask yourself the question, why am I taking this vitamin? For what purpose? What am I trying to do? And they can serve a therapeutic purpose. I'm not saying you shouldn't take like B vitamins in isolation, like B12, but why? And what's the therapeutic dose? What's the therapeutic reason? They tend to work better together than they do alone, and that's that business of synergy, right? Working better together than alone. And Tracy's been an educator for Country Life Vitamins a long time, has a great background and training in the world of nutrition, and spends her life talking to people about this stuff day in and day out. So she makes for a great guest and can be very enlightening. Tracy, welcome back. So what do you tell people? What do you tell them about the B vitamins and why they should take them and who should take them? And when do you find yourself even recommending taking B vitamins? You know what I'm getting at?
I am, and it's. I'm so glad that you brought up a lot of the common things with B vitamins because many say, "Oh, I want to take B12 because I heard it gives you energy." And I said, "Well, are you deficient in B12?" Well, I don't know. And so B12 isn't going to give you energy unless you're actually deficient in it. And what you could do instead is take a complex, meaning all of those Bs are put together as a family. Instead of individually pulling them out, as you mentioned, they work synergistically. Many times when people tell me that they're extremely stressed out, many times those people are the same people who drink or smoke to relieve their stress. So now we have 3 huge depleters of B vitamins. This is an issue. So someone who's stressed out, smoking, drinking, but now we have to add the biggest one to the mix, which is someone who's taking pharmaceutical drugs, particularly the birth control pill.
Oh, birth control pill. I didn't know that.
The birth control pill depletes all B vitamins except for B5 and biotin.
Huh.
So now we have an issue here. This person who now is on the birth control pill, she's stressed out, she's smoking, she's drinking, and she wonders why she doesn't have any energy and she's depressed. we might want to look at what you're doing and might want to look at perhaps you're deficient in some B vitamins that help to create energy within the cell.
Are there 8
There are
8 of them that constitute the complex?
Yes. And so many times we hear, probably, I would say, maybe you'd agree with me, the most popular one is B12.
Absolutely. Everybody knows about B12 shots and this and that.
They do. They know about B3, niacin. That's pretty popular. And they know probably about folic acid, B9, and pantothenic acid, B5. I would say those are the ones that people know the most of.
So there's B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B9, B12. Be careful. Okay. So these B12, B9, the folic acid, what's the narrative that surrounds folic acid that people end up taking it in isolation?
You know, traditionally, when someone finds that they're taking folic acid, it's a woman who is looking to become pregnant or is pregnant.
I see.
That's kind of the wake-up call of the one particular vitamin that someone will take. And other than that, we don't find a whole lot of individuals, coming into a health food store and asking for that solo individual B vitamin until recently. There's been a lot of information right now about folate, that's the kind that you would get in your food, and folic acid. That's the synthesized version of what you would get in your food.
I see.
There's another form of folate, a little bit harder to pronounce and sounds a little weird, called methyl tetrahydrofolate, or for short, 5-MTHF. And that's actually the active version. So going back to your original question, what does this coenzyme mean? That's just the active, ready-to-go, already metabolically active form. So all of these B vitamins would come in a standard form, and then one that's already been converted for normally when we take in these B vitamins.
So in the bottle from Country Life, in their coenzyme B12, B complex product, these have been coenzymated, so to speak.
Correct.
What does that mean? How do you make them coenzymated?
So it's a naturally controlled fermentation process that brings these standard Bs into their metabolically active state, meaning normally you're taking these B vitamins. Let's take B12. If we were to turn our bottle around of a B12, you might see the word cyanocobalamin.
Right.
That's the standard form. But the methyl form, that's the coenzymated version, active and ready to go.
So it's through fermentation, and does the fermentation create the enzymes, or are the enzymes put into the fermentation process?
The enzymes put into the fermentation process. So now when we're taking in a regular B vitamin, traditionally one of the side effects, let's say, or the deterrent for many, for a multivitamin and a B vitamin alike, is the smell. We can't stand the smell of B vitamins. A coenzymated B, quite pleasurable here because we have no odor. The other part to this is a B vitamin often causes an upset stomach, so you're not able to take them on an empty stomach. Coenzymated Bs, now, of course, they don't have the smell, but you can take them on an empty stomach, and they don't cause an upset stomach. So these are huge features and something that keeps having people go back again and again and again for our coenzymated Bs.
Okay, so going back to the principle or the concept of fermentation, is it that you have B vitamins in some medium, some food medium, or are you fermenting food? Are you fermenting isolated vitamins? What are you fermenting?
So coenzymated Bs are not found in food. They have to be made that way. So this is not a whole food type of environment. We're not fermenting food. We are fermenting the actual isolated individual vitamins.
Okay. This is interesting. Lot to learn. Be right back.
Are you suffering from those awful allergies? Hay fever, sneezing, watery eyes. Here's some advice you won't want to miss.
I'm a doctor, and my patients used to dread allergy season. But then I discovered A-Vogel Allergy Relief, a unique combination of natural ingredients that usually addresses every one of my patients' symptoms. And while it's clear that the vast majority of my patients benefit significantly from A-Vogel Allergy Relief, what's even more amazing is that after using it, at least half of my patients' symptoms didn't return. As a doctor, that's the kind of outcome my patients and I can appreciate.
Get doctor-recommended A-Vogel Allergy Relief for your allergy symptoms. It's proven safe, it doesn't make you drowsy, it's fast-acting, and it may even help prevent your allergies from returning. Available at vitamin discount centers, Richards, Rollin' Oats, Vitamin Shop, Nutrition Smart, and other fine health food stores.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Zinnia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Zinnia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Zinnia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Zinnia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Zinnia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, and collagen and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you're strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Zinnia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Zinnia by name. Start taking Zinnia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. Nutrix Hawaii, more nutrition, better health, purely Hawaiian. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Talking with Tracy Kreider. And then, we cover a range of topics on this show. I'll give you an example. This week alone, I talked about aging successfully. I talked about dying a good death. I talked about how those two things are put together. Okay? So, the range of themes or topics is quite broad. And ultimately, what I'm trying to do here is not just inform, but give people a way to think about things, talk about them, and then do something, some behavior that will make a difference in their health, wellness, and well-being in some form or fashion. And sometimes the show will be intended not even to only be there to just educate people just about ideas that may not have any direct application to day-to-day life, but just intriguing ideas that will influence people's thinking about health or thinking about aging successfully. You have to think about things and then put those things into action, and then sometimes people will act and then think about it, whatever. But you get my point. So today it's a very focused, this is a very focused, close-in look at a very specific vitamin or constellation, in this case, B vitamins. So sometimes we'll take that approach as well. Tracy, welcome back. So this fermentation process, explain to the listener what fermentation is. When they make wine, is it fermentation that goes on, for example?
Yes, that's certainly part of the wine making. And fermentation, as we know, has been around for many, many years. We eat a lot of fermented food, a lot less than we used to many years ago. But certainly when you're fermenting something, you're condensing down the nutrients that are existing in that. Of course, that's when we're talking about food. The fermentation, when it talks about B vitamins, and that's not really the highlight of it, but it is the process by which we get the B vitamins to be in their active state. And the reason why we do that is the effect that these coenzymated Bs have on the body in a variety of ways. One, as I mentioned, the fact that there is no conversion necessary in the liver. So we've done that action. We've allowed the B to now be in this active state, meaning you're going to take less of a coenzymated B than a regular B. That's the first part. We've already mentioned those other great benefits of not smelling and not giving you an upset stomach and being able to take it on an empty stomach. And while those are all great selling points, really what it's doing inside of the body, that's what we care about when we've invested our money into a vitamin. It's not necessarily what you're putting in your mouth. It's what does it do once it reaches the body, and then how does the body utilize that? And when it comes to the coenzymated Bs, these are definitely something that some are familiar with and some aren't. And more recently, the newest one to this group is the one that I mentioned earlier, the folic acid. Previously did not have a coenzyme counterpart. It was just the folate that was found in food. Now they're finding specific reasons and a need to have it in this active state and deliver what's called the 5-MTHF version.
And what's the unique, its properties? What makes it unique in terms of a health contribution?
The coenzymated Bs or the folic acid?
The folic that's coenzymated.
So, in its active state, and it's a rather large story when we think about what's happening and why we actually need folate in its active form. Of course, if we eat things like spinach and the different types of vegetables that have folate found naturally, some foods we have that are fortified with folic acid. The thing is in certain individuals, in fact, 1 in 3 of us, are not able to take that food form folate or its counterpart, the synthetic form of folic acid, and bring it to its active state, that 5-MTHF state. We're missing an enzyme called MTHFR. This allows the body to do a variety of different things, from creating creatine, coenzyme 10, glutathione, different phospholipids in the body, carnitine, an amino acid, helps to synthesize RNA and DNA, and many other things that are responsible, but primarily certain neurotransmitters like dopamine, norepinephrine, epinephrine, all these nice, great, feel-good hormones. You mentioned at the beginning of the show that it could be something to make you feel better. And one of the things they're finding out is that depression usually has something to do with this particular methylation of folic acid.
So now that enzyme, rename the enzyme again, please.
MTHFR.
MTHFR?
Correct.
MTHFR. Is that an enzyme that has to be imported into the body or is synthesized in the body, or both?
Well, it's a process in which when you're taking in many of the B vitamins and food, your liver is responsible for taking this, and it's a 5-step process that your body would go through in synthesizing it to dehydrofolate, tetrahydrofolate, and so forth. There's 5 different forms. Wow. That end form is the 5-MTHF. And again, 1 in 3 of us don't get to that end point. So remember what I was saying about not necessarily what you put in your mouth, what happens inside the body. And, you know, there's a gene mutation that doesn't allow this enzyme to be.
We'll get it. We'll be back.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nubian Heritage, Global Healing, Modern Wellness, BSN, Finish First, Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils, Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation, Natural Factors, where great health begins, Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless, A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
I think it becomes real interesting as to how people learn about taking certain vitamins. First of all, I advocate dietary supplementation. That's my point of view. I've always talked about it. I think it's a good thing to do. That being said, I think sometimes people take too many vitamins. I think that sometimes they don't know why they're taking them. I think that sometimes taking vitamins is highly overrated. Okay, I'm trying to be fair about it and understand it. Do I think it's important? Absolutely. Do I think it's a necessary condition to help create health, wellness, and well-being? I do, with the caveats that there are others that I have, but you get my sense of it all. You don't want to become so ideological about something that you lose your objectivity, and you just got, you don't keep your mind open. Now, how do people learn about these things? And from where do they learn them? And why are they then taking the vitamins? The source of the learning becomes very important. And you may be, you heard that B vitamins are very good to take, so you're going to take them. You may not need to take them isolate. You may be getting enough. All right. Then again, you may not, depending on your diet, your lifestyle, whether you smoke, drink, pregnant, not pregnant, whatever. It's some of the variables that are factors that Tracy was alluding to in her conversation. Now, I think as a category, B vitamins it's important for people to know about them and what purpose they serve and what constitutes the complex. Tracy, welcome back. Generally speaking, and we'll get back to some of these individual B vitamins. Generally speaking, when you look at the literature and what the science has taught us, not what people speculate or theorize, but what has the science taught us about the benefits of generally B vitamins, just as a general category?
B vitamins can help to enhance your brain function. It's going to help, produce energy. We know that. Healthy hair, skin, and nails. When you think about biotin kind of being the hero in the B family there, and in a lot of different hair, skin, and nail products. In fact, we make one, Maxi Hair. Helps with the formulation of your red blood cells. If you look at each one of those B vitamins individually, their definition would be to take fats, carbohydrates, and proteins and metabolize them for energy. So, that's their main goal, but each one of them have their own specific role as well.
And I should point out that vitamins unto themselves do not have energy. They are coenzymes themselves. There's no energy in vitamins. There are no calories in vitamins. So just so we're clear. So Tracy, when you say they are associated with energy, we have to clarify what we mean by that, right?
Absolutely. I think you hit it very directly, and there's a specific need in which you are going to choose your supplement. We always say to choose wisely in terms of how your lifestyle and diet is, and certainly someone may partake in taking a B complex, but here's the thing, if you're doing a multivitamin automatically has a built-in B complex in it itself. So now you need to decide when is it that you would need to add a B vitamin to your life. And, I always say, who's not stressed out these days, right? I think we all need it.
Do you think somebody could make a mistake in taking a let's say they're taking Country Life's Maxizyme for women or Maxi Men, the multiple for men, max for men, whatever, and then take their Country Life's advanced B complex coenzyme product?
They could make a mistake in taking them both at the same time. In fact, we're one of the only brands that puts coenzymated Bs in our multiple. So the one that you mentioned, the Max for Men and Max for Women, and we also have a Core Daily for men and women 50 plus. Those are created with coenzymated Bs in them
already.
So what you wouldn't want to do is take a coenzyme B complex and a multiple at the same time.
You'd be wasting your money.
You would. Your body's like a sponge, and a B vitamin is what's called water soluble, and your body is only going to absorb what you need, and the rest will be excreted. So stacking this at a different time of the day, usually when people are kind of energy deficient in the afternoon, that would be the best time for you to take your B complex.
This is interesting, and that's why you got to be careful and be strategic about how you take vitamins. What am I taking? Why am I taking it? And how does it make me feel? What results am I getting from it? These are things to consider. 877-897-8255. Turns out that these micronutrients, the vitamins and the minerals, will enhance energy. Enhance, or otherwise boost energy. They do not have energy in them. There are no calories in vitamins and minerals. So, and by the way, you don't make energy either. Can't. You can only transform it from one form to another. That's what the body does. That's what metabolism is all about. It's transforming the energy that's found in the food into a form that the body can use to make ATP. So you don't create energy, you transform energy. That's what the body's designed to do. I'm just trying to be careful and clear because I have nutritionists and dietitians and others who are expert in this area listen to the show, and I know we try to talk in a way that everybody can understand, but we don't want to dumb it down or say incomplete or incorrect things. So I'm just being careful not to be tedious. Your personal experience, when you have, first of all, have you ever taken the coenzymated Bs that you make, your company makes?
Absolutely, every day I take the coenzymated Bs. What
happens when you don't take them?
Usually in the afternoon, I'm a little bit more. I'll be gentle in how I explain it, but it creates a ability for me to have better longevity of my day. I have a little bit more stamina than I would when I don't take it. So it's not that I take an energy and I feel like I took a 5-hour energy shot and I'm ready to go wash everybody in the neighborhood's car. It's not that type of energy. When I talk about energy, I'm talking about it from a cellular standpoint, that I can get through my day a little bit easier. I don't get as tired as earlier as I might. And so that stamina and longevity to the day has been extended for me.
Have you found, that's a great description and a good account, personal account. Do you find that do you think athletes would benefit from supplementing with Country Life's coenzymated Bs?
Absolutely, because as we know, that creates oxidative stress, a good kind, and this is going to help as well to create some extra energy there.
877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. You're listening to Tracy Kreider, educator for Country Life Vitamins, has been for a long time, travels around the country, talking to people, lecturing, giving talks, and talking to people one-on-one, face-to-face in an interpersonal kind of context. And you can see she knows her stuff and well-versed in what she's saying. When we come back, I'll have the LTN health question of the day. If you have the right answer, you'll win a $25 gift card. I probably already gave you the answer. I typically do.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Murray with a minute of important health news. One of my all-time favorite natural products is a special extract of licorice known as DGL. DGL is short for deglycyrrhizated licorice, but I tell my patients that it stands for darn good licorice. DGL is made by removing the compound in licorice that can raise blood pressure in some people. Double-blind clinical studies have shown DGL is quite useful in healing stomach and intestinal ulcers. In fact, in head-to-head studies, it has actually outperformed popular anti-ulcer drugs. But rather than inhibit the release of stomach acid, DGL stimulates the normal defense mechanisms that prevent ulcer formation and promote healing. Clinical studies have not only shown DGL to be extremely effective, but also that it is completely without side effects. Clearly, DGL is a better choice.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymedica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymedica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
Energy, energy, and more energy. Everyone needs it. But did you know you can get the energy you need quick through the powers of wild forest extracts? Wild chaga and birch bark were a secret source of energy and power for Russian athletes years ago, making them unbeatable. Now you too can experience real energy and power like you've never dreamed possible. Wild chaga is the world's top source of SOD, superoxide dismutase, that critical enzyme that blocks the aging process and keeps your cells healthy. Wild birch extract is the world's top source of betulin, a natural sterol needed by every cell of the body. And healthy cells mean a healthy you, and a more powerful one too. Chaga birch bark is also good for your heart, healthy cholesterol, and even helps build healthy arteries. No wonder it's known as the king of all herbs. So take your Chaga Charge tea with wild birch bark every day and Chaga Max capsules from North American Herb and Spice and get that maximum energy you need. Also available in liquid as Chago Power Drops. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
At Canavest, we believe that the future of hemp is unlimited, and through innovative and responsible application and science, we will enhance the prosperity and well-being of our customers, employees, and communities. As pioneers, our long-term goal at Canavest is to locate hemp seed processing mills near to our future family of hemp farmers. These local factories will convert hemp seed into nutritious oil, protein powders, bread flour, and hemp meal. Canavest supports local efforts and believes that sustainability starts locally. Canavest was named one of the Nutritional Outlook's Best of 2014, and we are committed to pioneering the hemp revolution as the world's leading producer of quality hemp-derived CBD products. Resistance to change is in great part the result of trying to do today's job with yesterday's tools and with yesterday's concepts. The hemp revolution is here, and it's up to all of us to change perception and to impact policy. Will you join us in this movement? Learn more about the education and science behind Canavest at canavest.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Natrol, Own Your Health, Alga Life, Algae for Life, NeoCell, the true science of collagen, CV Sciences, from seed to shelf, New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. Talking with Tracy Kreider from Country Life Vitamins about B vitamins of all things. You can see how and believe me, it's far more complicated than this, than what we're sharing with you. We're just trying to make it so that you can get this, make it accessible. We could get into the real chemical weeds on vitamins and minerals, and if you're suffering from insomnia, that would cure it. But we're not doing that here. No sleeping. Not here. Here's the question. How many B vitamins are there? 2, 4, 6, or 8? Who do we appreciate? 877-897-8255. How many B vitamins are there? 2, 4, 6, or 8? 877-897-8255. I gave the answer earlier. Okay, I'm going to take you off topic for a moment, okay? Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, given your background, given your experience, life experience, professional experience, education, where you are in your life, and so on, all that brought in, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your opinion about the level of difficulty to age successfully?
The level of difficulty.
Mm-hmm. What's to age successfully throughout the lifespan?
1 being easy, 10 being very difficult, I'm assuming.
Uh-huh.
I think that I would say 7.
Pretty high. That's pretty high. 7's high. That's a high level of.
I think you have a lot of control over what you do and what you choose to do, and it would make it easier. Or actually, 7. I'm saying it's more difficult, right?
Yeah. It depends on how we want to make the scale. 1 being easy.
Okay.
1 being easy. 10 being difficult.
Okay. Then I'm on the other side. I'm on 4.
Okay. So you think it's relatively easy?
I think if you have the right type of personality and you have the discipline that you do, let's say you're up at what time in the morning, you go to the gym, you get your work done. If you have that type of discipline in the exercise, in the sleep, in the stress reduction, in the proper food, the proper way to rejuvenate the body, I believe you have a lot of power and ability to do that. Now, is it easy for most people to have that discipline? Of course not. Most of us are on the opposite side of the scale.
See, I would have went with the answer that you gave that you thought was wrong in terms of difficulty. 1 being easy, 10 being difficult. I think it's around a 7 or 8. That's what I think. Yeah. I think it's that difficult to age successfully. I'll explain in a minute. But we have some callers. Let's go to Clearwater, Florida. Emily. Hi, Emily. How are you, Emily?
Hi, Dr. Garko.
How's everything? Fine. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. So how many B vitamins are there? 2, 4, 6, or 8?
I'm guessing 2.
Why did you went on a low end? That's interesting. You only think there are 2?
Unfortunately, I didn't listen through the whole show.
Okay.
I'm going by the box. I have the same supplement.
There's more than 2, that's for sure. So today you didn't get it right, but that's okay. That shouldn't deter you from calling me ever again and saying hello to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's more than 2, and this is why we do the show. You can't assume that people know everything about all these vitamins that were so commonplace. Everybody knows them. There's always so much to learn and more to learn. There's more than two, and we'll see if we get somebody that has the right answer. We'll catch that.
Okay.
But I wish you. Today's April the 1st, and we're off.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, we're headed into summer here. Won't be long, but I hope everything's going well for you, and I appreciate your listenership. And thank you for calling me today.
Thank you for your show. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Let's go to Scott in where's Scott? In Bradenton. Scott, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. It's always an honor to talk to you, sir.
It's an honor to have you. It's more of an honor of me to speak to you. You're the listener, and you're more important than I am. Believe me.
I have learned so much from you and your show over the past few years, even before you came into the morning slot.
Is that right? Well,
yes, sir.
I appreciate that. That help. You made my day for me today. I'm going to tell you that because getting up every day, that's the purpose here. We're trying to educate, and we're trying to do better, help people do better in whatever ways they can. So how many B vitamins are there? 2. We know there's not.
There are 8 of them.
8, yeah, that's right. And congratulations, you won a $25 supplement gift card. There's B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B9, B12. Those are
Just shortly before you went into the question, your guest spoke about taking the B vitamins in the afternoon and the fact that it was better to take them there. I have also heard about other vitamins that are similar to that, or you shouldn't be taking them the same time you're taking, say, your iron or whatever.
Well,
is there a website or something you would recommend for reading, for learning about these types of things on the timing and what shouldn't be
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if she said take them in the afternoon. I think, Tracy, you might be inclined to say take them in the morning, wouldn't you?
If you're not taking a multiple, but your B vitamins definitely in the afternoon, never at night, and your minerals should be at night. And unfortunately, I don't know a website right off the top of my head to refer you to.
Right. Well, you can keep listening to the show. What I should do, I've been thinking about this, Scott. I've been thinking about having a book segment on the show where I recommend different books. Each week I'll recommend a book.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. I'm trying to figure out how to build it into the show. But first of all, thank you for listening. Thank you for your compliment. I take it at great heart, and I much appreciate it. And congratulations on winning a $25 gift card, Scott. Thank you so much. And Tracy, always thank you. I'm always impressed with how much you know, because you never know what I'm going to ask you. And man, you lay it out there. You more often than not, you got the answer. I appreciate your effort, and I appreciate who you are. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Dr. Darko. You know, feeling is mutual.
All right. It's all good. Country Life Vitamins. Take them. Why? Because your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you.